Morning, guys. Welcome to the new sessions of AWS. And hi, I'm Chaitanya, and I will be your trainer for the next couple of months. Okay, so this is the new AWS session which we are going to have, and this session, and in this session, we are going to learn a lot of things about the AWS. Okay, so what is AWS and what is a cloud, especially uh, what is a cloud, and what are the different types of clouds that we are having. Okay, so simply we will call it as a basics of cloud. Okay, types of cloud that we are having, and then we will go ahead into the concepts of different things of about AWS, like VPC, EC2 instances, S3 buckets, IAM policies, and then we'll discuss about RDS configuration, cloud formation, cloud watch. Like that, we are having multiple options in the AWS. So I don't want to take much time about these things. I'll get straight into the concept of what is AWS and how we are going to deal with AWS and all the things. So, but before we go into the concept of AWS and all the things, I just want to ask you a few questions regarding why you want to learn AWS. What is the necessity for what is the necessity of what is the necessity for you to learn AWS? So I think here we have a few candidates who are attending this session. Can anybody say why we are going for the AWS configuration, or else why we are learning AWS? What is the necessity for you to learn the AWS? See, for me, whenever I start, before I go into the in deep of what is AWS and why we are going with the cloud and all the things. Let me introduce about myself, and I'm Chaitanya, as I already said you. So I have an some from 2013 onwards. I am into this training sessions, and from 2013 I used to start training the candidates on Microsoft. Now I'm training the candidates on the cloud infrastructure level. And the next thing is, whenever I discuss about the concepts and all the things. So previously in 2018, whenever I was in the Microsoft system administrator side, so there is some boom is increasing for the cloud. So that's the reason I had learned the cloud technology. So my reason to learn the cloud technology is to improve my skill set, and as per the need for my technicalities, and as per the need of the company. So later on, slowly it has been enhanced to DevOps, and then it has enhanced to Kubernetes. And then now, if you see my certification, I am a certified Kubernetes administrator, and I am an AWS certified in associate, and then I'm a Microsoft certified candidate, and I am a Red Hat certified candidate, and I am a networking certified candidate, like CCNA, Cisco networking uh, associate. So these are the certifications which I possess depending upon my need and necessary. So this is about myself and why I have learned the cloud, because out of my necessary and because of my enhancement in the career. So if I have to ask you why you are learning cloud, what will be your answer? Why you are learning the cloud? Go ahead. Whoever out there on the floor, can you please explain me why you are going to learn cloud? Okay, you are a Java developer. That's fine. To become full stack developer, you are learning the cloud. Okay, good. Any another answer, guys? Whoever has unmuted, can you please explain me why you want to learn cloud?
Yeah, yes, sir. So, meaning I am also a Java developer, and we are using cloud for the CI/CD pipeline, meaning for the deployment process. But I have not got chance to meaning we do have a separate DevOps team who build the infrastructure and then pipelines for us. They simply provide Jenkins to all those things, and then we do deployment actually. Now, we want to understand how this entire build and deployment process is really physically working. And as you mentioned, to enhance the skill set, the two main reasons for my side.
Okay. Cool. So, so that's one of the thing which he has said, and to improvise and improvise the things. Now the point is what you are going to learn in the cloud. So before we go into the AWS concept, first of all, you need to make sure, or else you need to understand one thing, that is, so AWS or Azure or GCP or Oracle also we have the cloud, or VMware. So there are multiple, what I can say, there are multiple people, multiple cloud providers are there. Okay, so these are all the cloud service providers. Okay, either it might be Amazon, or else it might be Microsoft, or else it might be Google, Oracle, VMware. IBM is also there. IBM is also one of the cloud service provider. Like that, we are having multiple cloud service providers. So depending upon our requirement, we have the we will choose one of the cloud service provider. Okay, so today, so as we are into the AWS, we will choosing the AWS cloud. Now, before we go into the concept of the AWS, now who is a cloud service provider? Now, what is a cloud? Okay, before we go into the concepts, what is a cloud? What is the knowledge on you, or else what is the knowledge for you depending on this cloud? So I think you might, whenever you are entering into the session, you might be going through certain concepts called as, at least you might be worked out certain concepts like cloud and all the things. At least you have choose that concept, right? So now, can anybody explain me what is a cloud? I don't want the definition, I just want an explanation. Yes, guys.
Cloud is an environment, okay, that resides in this different places, okay, and it gives services to the organizations, okay. Instead of maintained by organizations, cloud will give all the services to the companies. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cloud will provide the services to the companies. Any another answers? Banu Pratap, or else Changareddy, Babu. Any another answers, guys?
Yeah, meaning when we need, many companies need on demand, they procure computer resources.
Okay, very good.
From vendors.
So as per your knowledge, see, let me consolidate something like Shiva. I think he said that cloud will provide the IT services. Okay, cloud will provide the IT services. What are these IT services? He did not explain. That's okay. But when we come back to Babu, he discussed that it will provide the what you are saying, compute resources, right?
Yeah. Resources, meaning the database, or I can say Linux servers kind of thing. That's what.
Okay. Cloud will provide the what he is saying, compute services.
Computer resources.
Okay. So this is what as per his knowledge. So now what is actually a cloud? Somebody is saying it provides the IT services, and somebody is saying it provides the computer services. Either it might be databases and some Linux servers type of stuff. Okay. So before we diving into this concept, whenever the Amazon was implemented, or else whenever the AWS was introduced into the IT world. So can anybody know when was AWS introduced? AWS was introduced in the year 2006 by Amazon. Okay, so Amazon has introduced AWS in 2006, and at starting they have started with the notification services, SNS, simple notification services, and later on they have gone for the storage stuff like S3. So they can provide the storages. Whoever wants to store the data in their cloud, they can provide the storage for them. And like your Google Drive, so like your Google Drive or OneDrive, so we are having certain drives, right? So in the same manner, so AWS has started their what I can say service provide, or else their services through storage. So storage is a type of significant type of storing the data in their cloud, just like your Google Drive. Google Drive is also a cloud, okay, cloud storage where you can store the data, or else OneDrive. For Microsoft, it is OneDrive where you can store your data, or else what I can say, there are a lot of these types of storages that are available for you. So any type of storage where you can store your data and access over the internet. So in the same manner, in Amazon also we are having S3, where you can store your data and access. If at all, if you are having the internet, you can access the data through the internet, and you can provide a lot of permissions. And later on in the year 2010, do you know what was happened this year? In the year 2010, Microsoft introduced Azure with the virtual machines. Okay, Azure was introduced into the IT world with the virtual machines, where they are providing the compute resources. Compute resources in the sense they are providing the servers, either it might be a Windows server, Linux server, Ubuntu, or also Unix server, like that. Multiple types of servers they are providing. So what is this? What are these VMs? I will discuss in the next session. What is meant by a virtual machine and how virtual machines are configured. But as of now, so as they have introduced the compute resources, and Amazon fall into some dilemma that they also need to enhance their services so that they can compete with the Azure. So they have introduced a concept called as EC2 in 2010. EC2 in the sense, yeah, Elastic Cloud Computing, where you can create the servers, and either if at any point of time you can increase the number of servers, or else at any point of time you can decrease the number of servers, depending on that. They have introduced this name also, Elastic Cloud Computing. Elastic means whenever you want, now the size will be increased, and at the time of if you don't want, the size will be decreased. So elasticity will be there, which means that scalability will be there. At any given number of time we can increase the number of servers, at any given point of time we can decrease the number of servers. So this is called as elasticity. So they have introduced such type of cloud services, that is Elastic Cloud Computing, where you can create your servers. And later on they have gone for load balancers, and then they went for a concept called as VPC. And then so without this without VPC concept, we cannot work with the EC2 concepts. Okay, so definitely we need to have the EC2. So slowly they are enhancing their services. So they have to introduce a concept for the security. So they have introduced IAM, identity and access management. And then after all that, they have introduced RDS configurations, which are nothing but the relational databases and NoSQL databases, like that. Slowly, step by step, they have enhanced so many services. Right now there are 200 plus services that are available in the AWS. Okay, either it might be machine learning, or else it might be AI, or else it might be there are a lot of other services that are available in the AWS. And when you come to the IT industry, what are the required services for the IT industry? See, for procuring the job, or else for getting a job, you need to know about VPCs, EC2 instances, S3 buckets, and load balancers, and RDS configurations, and then Elastic Beanstalk. Elastic Beanstalk is nothing but one of the PaaS service. What is a PaaS service? That you will learn in the upcoming session. And like that you are having multiple services which are helpful for you to learn in the, or also that will help you to gain a job in the IT industry. So there are a lot of services which helps you in the gaining a job. So when you go for an AWS certification, there you will have certain percentages, like for storage you will be around 20%, and for compute there will be a marks of some 20%, and for IIM there will be around 20%. Like that you will have some percentages. Depending on percentages you will be writing the AWS exam, and it is very simple exam, you don't need to worry about that. So that's about the concept of your AWS and what are the services in the AWS, and these are all the services that we are going through. So don't worry about that. Whatever the services that I have explained you, just these are the basic outlines that I have explained. But once we have entered into the concept of AWS, we will be going very in deep into the concept. Okay, so that's about the concept of AWS and why we are going for the AWS. Any questions you have, you can ask me now. Questions, guys? Do you understand what I am saying? Any questions? Hello, anybody? Can you reply me?
Yeah, go ahead. It's
Yeah, please.
Yeah, we are good. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So if at all, if you are good, then we will go ahead into the next concept. So now, before we go into the cloud, before we go into the AWS, or also before we go into the cloud, okay, what we have before cloud? What is there before cloud? Anybody having idea about that? Before cloud. So if you see here, before the cloud, so what is a cloud? Everybody is saying, like, somebody is saying that it's a storage, it's a computing and all the things. So how they can create those many number of servers? Let us assume that. So how many types of clouds are there, first of all? So before we go into the cloud and how they are providing that, so now let me introduce what is a cloud. A cloud is an IT service, or also it's a service provider. Okay, which type of services it is going to provide? It will provide all type of IT services like the compute, storage, S3, compute, storage, databases, etc. over the internet. So how you can access the services of the cloud? So if you have the internet, you can access the services of the cloud. So if I have to explain you in the another manner, if I have to frame that in the another manner, a cloud is an IT service provider. Okay, or else a cloud is a simply I can call it as an IT service provider, which will provide the services like compute, storage, and databases, etc. over the internet. Okay, so this is what I can say about the cloud. So when I am discussing about this cloud, I am saying a word called as over the internet. Over the internet. So it is going to provide the services over the internet. So okay, fine. Now what is this over the internet means? If you have, so for example, before pandemic, how the situation used to be? Pandemic in the sense before corona was affected all around the world, how the situation is. So everyone has to come to office, so everyone has to attend the office, and from the office only they have to log in into the servers and they have to work. But when the pandemic hit the entire world, the entire scenario has been upside down. So everyone are choosing the new paths. In the same manner, every company is moving ahead. So they said that they said for the employees, you don't need to attend to the companies and you have to do the work from home. So in a company, there might be the employees who are, for example, there is a company in Hyderabad. So the employees won't be from the Hyderabad itself. There are several employees from the distinct locations. Some employees might be from Mumbai. Some employees might be from what I can say, so Andhra Pradesh, or some employees might be from Tamil Nadu, some employees might be from Karnataka, like that. Different regions of employees will be working, getting together in the office environment. So now when the pandemic hit the situation, so what happened? So everybody has to leave to their home and they have to access the company servers. So the point here is accessing the company servers. How they have to access the company servers? So they have to access the company servers over the internet only. There is no other way they can access the company servers. So definitely they have to connect to their company servers over the internet. But so there is a concept called as VPN. You will understand further what is a VPN concept and all the things right now. So if any Java developer is there who is working in a company, if they have worked in a pandemic situation, they know about this. So whenever they want to connect to any servers, so their company might be providing some what I can say devices for them to log in into the computers. So that devices will help them to log in to create that tunnel in the internet so that they can connect to their servers directly. So that's a
Virtual
VPN.
desktops.
Sorry.
Virtual desktops.
Yeah, exactly. Virtual desktops like
Media.
that. So TCS would have like they are providing certain devices, so login devices they will call. So those devices helps the employees to log in into their accounts and all the things. So that's obviously so. So anyways, you are logging into your company through the internet only by creating a VPN tunnel. So here in the same manner, certain companies are there who cannot provide these all the things because of their startup thing. They cannot provide all these things, so they have changed their ways to the cloud. Okay, so every company has, maximum startup companies, everything has been moved into the cloud. Why? So if the company is a multinational company, that is an MNC company, then they don't need to worry about the servers and pricing and all the things. They can simply go with the servers whichever they have in their environment. But when you see a small company, just a startup company, they cannot withstand for these servers. Why? Because purchasing a server is a not a small thing. So purchasing a physical server is a not small thing. So you need to what I can say, you need to purchase the servers, you need to maintain the servers. See, in the pandemic situation, who will maintain that? So as a system administrator, if at all if you purchase a server, definitely there should be a system administrator to manage that, to manage the server, to manage the network, to maintain the servers and to maintain the network. Definitely we need to have system administrators and network administrators who are working 24/7. That cannot be done in the pandemic. So why? Everyone are from the work from home, so who will come to the office? Nobody will come to the office, and servers will be keep on running. Suddenly due to any problem, is there any escalation, suddenly the CPU is the CPU utilization is very high on the servers, on the physical servers I am telling. Due to any reason the physical servers are utilizing heavy CPU, or else I need to go for a patching. I can do it from VPN also, but the problem is if there is any problem for maintenance purpose, suddenly the server is down, server is shut down, definitely I should be there near the servers. Or else for HP, that's a different case. For HP servers, there is a remote turning on system is also available for that will help you to remotely turn on or turn off the system. That's a different concept for HP, but when you come to the other type of servers, you don't have that. So the point is, the definitely some employee should be there in the company, but in the pandemic situation, that is not happening. So to overcome all these things, what happened? So for the maintenance cost wise, so maintenance cost in the sense, suddenly one of the RAM is damaged in the server, or else suddenly the storage is full, or also suddenly the CPU performance has been increased, and what I can say, it is consuming maximum CPU, the application is consuming maximum CPU, so I have to deploy another CPU. So how can I do that? Automatically I cannot do. I need to shut down the server and then I have to implement all the things. So to overcome whatever the problems that I am facing from the physical servers, what are the problems that are facing from the physical servers, then what I am doing, I am going for the cloud. Cloud has this elasticity, cloud has this helping or also services like we can create the servers at any given point of time, so the employee should not be there near to the servers. See, the point is in the whatever the servers that are created in the cloud, there might be in multiple regions. So you can create either in the US region or else India region or else like Asia Pacific region, or there are certain regions like UK region. Like that, we have multiple regions where you can create your services or else servers, or I can call them as an EC2 instances. So system administrator or DevOps engineer's work is to monitor those servers over the internet. So if you have an AWS account for your company, just you can provide the login credentials for the system administrator, so that the or else DevOps engineer, so that the DevOps engineer will be logging into the console or else portal, and then they can look out to the servers, whatever the servers that are available, they can look out to their servers. So this is the concept of cloud services. So that's the concept of cloud services. And when you see the cloud services and if they are providing these servers, so it will be very helpful for the engineers who are attending from the work from home. They can simply connect to the internet, and from the internet they can connect to their cloud servers. Sir, isn't it safe for them, or else is it safe? Yes, it is absolutely safe. So AWS has given some SLAs for the companies. If any data breach is happening, so they will provide certain SLAs. Within this time they can rechange the configuration and all the things. So depending on that, the companies are going ahead for the cloud. Now right now, if you see here, not only AWS, there are several companies that are going ahead with the Azure or AWS. And later on we are having certain services like what I can say, GCP also came into the picture. So we will learn entire thing about how we have to go with the AWS concept, and what we are going to learn in the AWS concept. That I hope that I have mentioned you clear. And we will be discussing about the networking concept from tomorrow. Now, before I wind up the session, of course, it is a very small session, very small demo, which I am providing right now as a demo. As the first demo, I am providing a little bit, but from tomorrow onwards, the session won't be the same. So what will be your, how you have to learn the cloud? So what are the prerequisites to learn the cloud? The prerequisites to learn the cloud is Linux. So do I have to know the in-deep knowledge about Linux? Like in Linux, when you see, creating the directories, creating the users, these are all the basic things. So that's more than enough for you to understand. So if you have the basic knowledge about the Linux, that's more than enough. And you don't need to have a intensive knowledge like SC Linux, that is security enhanced Linux, or also what I can say, how to do the patchings, okay, how to update your Linux operating system. All these things are not necessary for you in the Linux. So once you have the basic knowledge about Linux, and then we can go ahead with the cloud technology. If at all, if you are interested, you can learn about AWS, or else if at all, if you are interested in learning Azure, you can go for the Azure. And coming back to the differences, what is the difference between AWS and Azure? Why you are saying like this? So if you see the differences between AWS and Azure, nothing difference is there. See, you are learning what I can say, for example, if you are driving a car, for example, if you are driving a car, you are driving a Hyundai car, okay, and suddenly you want to switch to some Tata Motors, like Tata car. What is the main difference between Hyundai and Tata car? Can anybody say me that? Both are cars, both are having the automatic and manual gear system. Both companies will provide you the excellent mileage. If you see here, nothing much difference will be there between those. Depending upon the user taste, they will go ahead, somebody will go choose Tata and somebody will choose Hyundai. In the same manner, if you compare AWS and Azure, nothing much difference is there. Whatever the services that are provided by the both clouds are same, but the terminology is different. Here in AWS, we will call it as EC2 instances, but when you come to the Azure, there we will call it as virtual machines. Here we will call it as S3 buckets for storage, and in when you go to the Azure, they are called as blob. Okay, blob. And whatever VPC, there they are called as VNets. like that, depending upon the cloud service provider, the terminology is changed. Apart from that, everything is similar. Everything will be similar. So it is your responsibility, or else it is your choice, not the responsibility. It is your choice whether to choose for AWS or else to go for the Azure. Okay. So once you have completed any one of the cloud, right now you have joined the AWS. So once you have completed the cloud, then you can go for the DevOps. So where you are going to learn about GitHub. Okay, what is like version control? Nothing but to GitHub or else Bitbucket or else GitLab, like that. There are multiple version controls depending upon your company requirement. You are going to learn about the version control and all things. And then you will learn about Terraform, Ansible, Docker, Jenkins, like that. Everything will be included in the DevOps. So is it necessary to learn? So can I directly learn DevOps? Yes, you can learn the DevOps, but it's a hard thing to learn the DevOps without having the cloud knowledge. Definitely you need to have the cloud knowledge. If you don't have the cloud knowledge, then whenever you dive into the DevOps, I will directly say that this is these things which we are going to learn in the DevOps. And whatever the servers that I am taking, those are all from the cloud infrastructure itself. So there will be difficulties that you are facing if you don't know the cloud. So definitely you have a brief understanding about the cloud, and after learning cloud, then you have to go for the DevOps. And then you can go and learn Kubernetes. Kubernetes is also a part of DevOps, but I will say it as DevOps phase 2. So whatever the tools that I have said previously, that is DevOps phase 1. Kubernetes itself is a DevOps phase 2. And later on, you can go ahead and learn Azure. If you learn here AWS, then you can learn Azure, or else if you learn Azure, then try to learn AWS. So definitely you need to have the multi-cloud understanding, multi-cloud knowledge. Okay. Cross-cloud platform. Why? Because no company will go with a single cloud. Some companies will go with a multi-cloud architecture also. Some companies will host their services in one cloud and try to access them from the another cloud. If you don't have the two cloud knowledge, then I cannot say that you won't get the job. But the point is, if you have this two cloud knowledge, then there will be a high scope of getting the job, high demand for you. Okay. So that's about the things. And finally, if you have any interest towards learning the coding, then you can go for a basic knowledge of Python or Java. That's totally your wish. Either you want to learn Python or else you can learn Java also, but you don't need to go with as a system administrator. I don't know what is Python, what is Java. So I work from past 2013 onwards. I am working, but I work totally as a system administrator. Now also as a DevOps engineer, I don't much deal with the Java and Python. I will deal only with the servers. So by completing this course, what you are going to achieve. So this is how you have to learn the concept. And next one is by learning this course, what is the certificate that you can achieve? You can go with AWS Architect Associate. Okay, associate level certification, you can do that. So how many types of certifications? There are a lot more certificates that are available for you in the AWS. Either it might be AWS Cloud Practitioner, which is a foundational level, and then associate level, which now I have said you. There are 3 certifications in the associate level, that is architect, developer, and sysops. And then when you go back to the professional level, you are having DevOps professional, AWS DevOps professional, and AWS sysops professional. And then you have some specializations. Either you can go with AWS networking specialization, or else like that you are having different types of specializations. But by completing this course, you can go ahead with the writing AWS associate architect level. Okay. So this is the certification. And what will be the duration? The duration will be 40 to 45 working hours or working days. Okay. So this is about how many days it is going to take. And 5,000 will be the fee. If I have to describe about the fee, 5,000 will be the fee. Don't bargain about this. This is an investment which you are investing on your career. Okay. And then 2,000, keep aside 2,000 for your learning purpose. Why? Because we are going ahead with the directly on the cloud. So you have to purchase the cloud free tier only, but all services won't be free for you. Certain services are paid services. So you might be, whenever you are doing the multiple times of practice, then it might be chargeable. So 2,000 rupees for the entire course you have to pay for the AWS. So overall, these are the things which I have to explain you. And tomorrow we will explain in detail. Tomorrow I will go in deep into the concept of IAM anyways. So any questions here, guys? Questions now? It's open for you all. The floor is open for you. Last 5 minutes, you can ask me the questions.
Thanks, Durga. I think, sorry, Chaitanya. My requirement is here is my company is developing microservices and other softwares. All we are going to deploy in AWS. Okay, AWS and Azure also there.
Okay.
So my question is, my requirement is, I just want to know that how to configure, how to deploy, and other things. So I don't want to go with the DevOps and KTS K83. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it is. So
Yeah.
anyways, I am not going to discuss about this. I am saying you that this is the path that you have to learn the entire cloud. Okay. So the
Okay.
starting part is this one. Of course, you
Yeah.
might be deploying your application. So at the time of deployment, you will go through the DevOps part also, like
No. Yeah. Only thing here is company is having a develop teams. Okay. They take care of deploying applications, but I need to know that how they are deploying, where they are deploying. Okay.
Okay.
This kind of knowledge I required. So for that reason,
Okay, then you will be you will be enjoying the services. What else you will be enjoying the course, whatever you are joined. Why? Because there are a lot of services that we are going to describe how the applications will be created. Basically, how to create the servers, how to
yeah.
communicate with the servers. All the things we will discuss in this concept. So you will learn about. You will have full practical knowledge on that. Okay.
And one more thing is, I could see somewhere they given some level of what you call access to that AWS server
Mhm.
company server. Those who are deploying, no. So just development access, not developer access, not production access or anything.
Administrator access.
Yeah, they are not given. But you can see that. I can see that where services located, how they are deployed, different dependent services, dependencies. I like database, other the key clock things
Okay.
like secret manager. This kind of thing
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
can, but we don't have access to modify.
Hmm.
But what I need to, I want to know that all the like how they're configuring
Okay.
AWS. Yeah, these things.
So the point is here you cannot access your company accounts whenever we are in the demo sessions. It might be compromise your security levels.
No.
Okay,
What I'm saying is,
I understand.
they don't provide us. Actually,
So
they don't provide
let
us
me complete
to
this.
see that.
Okay, I understand that. So you are capable of seeing the services. So the point is, so here you will be having your own AWS account so that you can clearly understand which type of permissions that we can apply on the services that a developer can access. That whether they can create the services, all the things that you will understand how they are providing the things and all the things through the IAM. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so that you will learn in these sessions. Don't worry about that. Okay.
So okay. Then one more thing. For as a Java developer or Java developer, how it will be advantage market. Like it will be. See, I'm not working on develop DevOps and Kubernetes. No? So if it's sufficient for AWS
Yeah, it's more than enough for you if a developer, if at all, if you are a developer, if you know the infrastructure level, then that will be very helpful for you to go ahead in the market. So it will be an added benefit for you. For example, if you possess some 8 to 10 years of experience as a Java developer, or else if you are at all, if you are having a minimum number of years of experience also, if you have a cloud knowledge, then that will be an added benefit for you, so that they whenever you attend for any company recruitment process also, they will add this as an additional asset for your resume. You can add this as an additional asset, so there is no chance for the other people to say no for you. Why? Because you have the Java knowledge, intense Java knowledge, and as well as you are having the cloud knowledge also. So the point, whatever you are learning here, that's more than enough to attend the interviews also. And more than when you come to the why a developer need to learn the cloud. So the developers will store some data in so some remote locations like S3 bucket. So how we are going to store that data? What are the permissions that we will provide? What are the different types of storage classes that we are having? And whenever we have any problem with the application, how to generate the notification. Suddenly the CPU might be consuming a lot because of the application memory leakages. If in Java application there will be a lot of memory leakages. So how we can get those notifications, that you will come to know in this AWS concept. Okay, so as a developer, how I can directly without server, how I can create my applications. So how I can launch the application. These things you will learn in this course. Okay. So this is not only designed for a system administrator, but also designed for the developer perspective also.
One more last question. If there is any programming like connecting to AWS services from Java applications?
No, no, no.
You're not
No,
anything like that?
No programming coding or else involved in the AWS, either to connect to the AWS. How we have to connect to the AWS, I will tell you.
Yeah,
no,
AWS API
through API itself, but there is no necessity of any coding. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay, sure. So that's it, guys. That's it from my end. I hope you understand the session, understand the importance of cloud, and from tomorrow onwards, we'll be diving back into the concept of each and every cloud. Today, tomorrow, and after tomorrow, you will have the demo session, and from Thursday onwards, these classes will be merged into the 7 a.m. batch. Okay, and what I can say, that's it. Welcome to AWS. Okay, I hope you understand these concepts. Have a nice day, and we'll meet in the next session, guys. Okay, today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow, your sessions will be at 6 o'clock, and from Thursday onwards, the sessions will be at 7 o'clock, and the weekends will be off. Okay, so that's all from my end. Have a nice day, and we'll meet in the next session. Bye.